Oh yeah, the official Law Abiding Biker Media private patron member only ride, meetup, and event is scheduled for 2023. Join us at the event and further the hashtag Biker Revolution. We'd love to ride with you and meet you in person, of course. So mark your calendars now. The event will be Tuesday, May 9th, 2023 near Reno, Nevada. And the requirements to attend this event are you must be a contributing mid-level and above patron member no later than January 1st, 2023. Yep, that's 4 months prior to the event. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon, for more information. And here are some further details on the event. The Law Abiding Biker crew, which will be about 10 of us this year, will meet you somewhere around the Hawthorne-Babbitt, Nevada area around 1 p.m. We will have a 1-hour meet and greet at that location. And Kickstands Up will be at 2 p.m. sharp. We'll then take you on a group ride and lead you into the greater Reno, Nevada area, which is an easy 2-hour, 15-minute ride and around 125 miles. Easy peasy. Upon arrival near Reno, Nevada at 4:30 p.m., we'll treat you to a special catered dinner and social event. We'll wine you and dine you, but we ain't gonna 69 you. The social event will close down about 7 p.m., but have no doubt, patron members always continue the social event at a different location amongst themselves. So we suggest you get lodging in Reno, Nevada now for the event, and that's completely on you. And there is only one official place that you can sign up for the event, Bikeaholics. Yep, that's at lawabidingbiker.com/2023 meetup. That's lawabidingbiker.com/2023 meetup. All one word, no dashes, no spaces. Once you submit your registration form, the confirmation of your patron status and other general vetting will commence. After sign up, you'll receive several emails. One of those emails will be to confirm your subscription to our 2023 patron member email event list. If you don't see that email within a few minutes, please check your email junk spam folder and hit the confirmation button on that email so you are on that official list. We have to have you on the list and we'll be verifying. This is the one and only way we will communicate to you the exact details of the event as it approaches. Also, we will only be giving more specific details about the ride and meetup event to those who have officially signed up and have been verified. And the deadline for sign up is March 15th, 2023 at midnight. No exceptions can be made. Once it closes, so don't miss out on this awesome opportunity. Also, if you sign up, we need you to attend, as a ton of planning and expenses go into making these events great. Of course, if an unexpected emergency arises after you've already signed up, please send us a courtesy email ASAP advising us that you won't be able to make it. Okay, I'm calling out to any patron members in or around the Reno, Nevada area. We really need your help to organize the actual social dinner event, such as the location and food situation. Please hit us up if you can help us at lawabidingbiker.com/contact or DM us within your patron member account. Having patron member involvement in the past has always helped to make these events a huge success. Oh, and if you've yet to take the leap and join the Biker Revolution as a contributing patron member, there's no better time to consider doing so than right now. This is just one of many benefits you get for being a patron member. And best of all, you'll know you're supporting us financially so we can continue our mission to help educate, connect, and inspire as many bikers as we can worldwide. So these ride and meetup events have gained in size each year that we've been doing them. So let's make 2023 the biggest ever law-abiding biker patron member ride and meetup event. And let's make history. We hope to see you there. Peace. Hello? Anyone? Are you on the mic? You have earphones? That was me.
Do what?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hear you fine.
Okay, all right.
Jesus.
Well, I asked you to... Huh? Good God, dude. We are getting up and going live here. We'll see what kind of stream quality we have.
Well, the older we get, the weaker our streams get, I've been told.
That's true.
I haven't experienced that. But
that is very true.
I hear that happens to mere mortal men.
All right, going live, and we'll see if you are a patron member and you're in the chat. Please let us know that you can hear us and see us. We'll see if you... I'm getting it on our end.
Looks good on our end.
And we're just... it's behind the scenes because if you're a patron member, you are getting this, obviously, member only. You got to be mid-level or above.
Mark Arnold says, sounds good. We're ready and patiently waiting.
Nice. We're actually pretty much on time.
Yeah,
for once. Weird.
It is
really strange for us. But yeah, well, glad you guys can hear us, and we'll just dial in a couple things here, and then we'll get going on this lovely Friday afternoon. That it is. TGIF. Got a cold one here. What am I drinking today? Lurch, pick this out for me.
The Immortal IPA.
Elysian. Ooh, let me get that up there for you guys.
And I've got an Elysian
the Immortal
Dayglow IPA. Somebody's been to Costco and got the sampler packet.
Variety pack. Not just one, many.
Mini samplers or just?
No, many of the packs of the mixed packs.
Oh, good. I only have...
Well, because they've had this mixed pack at Costco for like months. And so I keep getting the same ones. I didn't buy them all at once. But
now, let me ask you this. Did you find any in that mixed pack that you don't like? Because I
have never found a mixed pack. The only one that I don't like is that... What's that? There's only one IPA in my entire life that I haven't liked, and I won't buy any of them because of it. And it's the one from Hawaii. Starts with an L. Not Laguna.
Maui Brewing?
No, it's not Maui Brewing. It starts with an
Kona
L.
Brewing?
Maybe it is Kona Brewing. Yeah.
Lahaina something?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe it is. I'll know it. I'll think of it. But anyways, I didn't like theirs. That's the only IPA in my life that I haven't liked.
Here's my issue with...
I had it in Hawaii.
With sampler packs, is they always sneak in one that doesn't sell very well.
That they're trying to get popular or get rid of. Right, yeah.
And so with Elysian, particularly, they have one called... it's a tart IPA. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it is not good.
Not good.
It's got a really weird taste to it. And so I won't buy those sampler packs.
Okay, well, I will.
Okay.
And
you can drink the tart ones. I'll drink all the tasty ones.
You know, like I said, I haven't found a lot. And everybody has different tastes.
Sure.
I am not that picky. As long as it's cold and it has alcohol in it, I tend to drink it. Even if it's not perfect, it's still okay for me. I'm a cheap date is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to start the episode out with this. So some of you may ask, you may be sitting around and you're not sure. And you may say, what is social media? Is YouTube social media? And so I just wanted to give the definition because I know there's curious people out there of, number one, whether YouTube is social media. Number two, what is social media? And Lurch is looking at me. The reason I'm doing this is right before we went live. Lurch made the comment that YouTube is not social media.
Well, what I said was...
No, hang on.
When we retire, I'm getting off of all social media. But maybe and you're like, YouTube? I go, no, I'll stay on YouTube. Right. So let's set the scene. So, okay, that is the scene. And he said, well, I'm going to stay on YouTube because that's not social media. And I said, contraire. You're incorrect. Incorrect according to you.
No, according to the actual definitions of social media. All right. Why is YouTube considered social media? On YouTube, this is, and then let me read the definition, and then we'll follow up with this. Social media, websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. Now, why is YouTube considered social media? Because I know Lurch is thinking like Facebook. I suppose
because you can comment, talk back and forth.
Not even comments. It's deeper than that. You don't even have to comment for it to be social media. On YouTube, people can create and share video content with other users. People post their how-to videos, recipes, and humorous videos for everyone to see. And all this content is free to view. As a result, YouTube qualifies as social media because, quote, it allows users to share free content with one another. So
Mark Arnold says, I think it's more so now than when it started.
Yes, I would agree with that. But it is considered by all the large business websites and definitions from the dictionary.
I don't give a crap.
Well,
I have my opinion.
It doesn't matter. Your opinion stinks. Your opinion absolutely stinks. You need a dude wipe is what I'm saying, dude. All right. Did I absolutely lose workflow? Yeah, I did. Look at this. Oh my God, dude.
You just close all your tabs or something?
Yeah, I closed all my tabs. All right, we're going
Are we still
here.
Streaming?
Well, of course we are.
Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, because we're streaming straight. We're not streaming from a tab. So, all right, very good. Let's move on. Okay, guys, I got a great new tool for you. We're going to try to do this more often because we run across things and we want to share it with you. Things things that we use because we use a lot of different tools. Of course, we're doing a lot of different mechanical projects here at the Law Abiding Biker Studio. This is one we ran up on very recently. And if you haven't heard of it, I highly recommend you check it out. They are VAM pliers. Why don't you put lawabidingbiker.com/VAM pliers in the chat there, Lurch? Okay. I lost my chat. Hang on. Well,
don't go back in there because we're talking about you right now.
Oh, great. I got to go back into chat.
Yeah, I'll get the link while you're.
Yeah. So VAM pliers, you can remove stripped, rusted, corroded, damaged jam screws, bolts, nuts, and more. Extract screws with unique heads, torques, one-way or security screws, wire cutters on them, cable wire twisting made easy. Most universal pair, they make different sizes, is your 6 1/4 inch version. Recommended by the Law Abiding Biker crew. You can head over to lawabidingbiker.com/VAM pliers. That's VAMPLIERS. Again, just like vampire, but VAM pliers. That link will take you through. No additional cost to you, but we do get a small commission if you click through and make a purchase, and we really appreciate that. I was sold on them. I was doing some testing at the hardware, or not a hardware store, but the store that they were at.
Yeah, you're the guy that they market stuff like that too.
Exactly.
I shouldn't say market stuff like that too, but use the marketing technique where they have a display that you can play with while you're waiting for the guy to ring up your order. You're over there like a kid just playing around with these VAM pliers.
I agree. And they had a little screws and stuff. I'm back on chat. I'm going to pop it out here. So they had some screws, and I had never heard of these things before, but they had some screws. And basically what I saw it for is we've used extractors and stuff. You all know how on your Harley primary, those stupid Torx bolts strip out a lot. They're chintzy, and you end up not being able to get them out. Well, we've used extractors. In fact, we have a video on it before, but these pliers literally, they bite amazing.
They're pretty impressive.
They are pretty impressive. I'm not sold on everything. I have to try them and use them and determine that. But you can literally grab the outside of stripped bolts, the heads, and they have so much grip that you'll be able to back those out, no problem. That's just one use that I thought of immediately. And so I picked up a pair. And again, we picked up the most universal, which is 6 1/4 inch version. Don't forget, we're also building out our Amazon store where all different things we use, like dude wipes, VAM pliers, helmets. It's in the process. We're adding to it as we can. It's over at lawabidingbiker.com/Amazon influencers. Is it influencer or influencer? No, influencer. lawabidingbiker.com/Amazon influencer. It'll take you to our actual Amazon store, so to speak, webpage, where we're always adding products and tools that we use, tools that we find and buy that we've actually tested and tried, and then we'll put them up in that store. So anytime you want to go there, lawabidingbiker.com/Amazon influencers. Everything from riding gear to tools to personal items like dude wipes and things like that. So check out the store. We are building it out. And certainly if you click through any of those and make a purchase, we do get a small commission, and certainly helps support us and the platform right here. All right. Here you go. Lurch, You want to know how to have a fresh and smelling and squeaky clean butt before riding?
Not really.
Well, I'm going to tell you how.
You're going to tell me.
I'm going to tell you how. Get hooked up with dude wipes, flushable wet wipes. Oh yeah, your butt will smell like a breath of fresh air. Not kidding. Just breathe it in. Oh, yeah. Support us and head over to lawabidingbiker.com/fresh-butt. That's not a joke. lawabidingbiker.com/fresh-butt. BUTT. That's right. And if you purchase through that link, of course, we get a small commission. It is an affiliate link. No additional cost to you. We do get a small commission if you click through and make a purchase. We're loving dude wipes. We are sold on the mint ones. We've done a lot of testing.
I handed a few out at the Pacific Northwest Unsanctioned event.
After you plugged the toilet?
No.
We're not getting into that.
Yes, after.
Yeah, okay.
But we were talking about it. We're sitting around at Rick's talking about them. I said, you know what? I think I have some of the travel ones in my bike, so I had two. And I gave one to Tyler and I think maybe to John. Tyler Barr and Jan.
Very nice.
John Manalides.
Yes.
I think those are two.
Hopefully you told him about our link.
You just did.
You probably didn't. Yeah, whatever. All right. Anyways, we love them. We're sold on the mint ones. Definitely give them a shot. And literally, you can walk around, and after you use those, you feel like you have a little spring in your step.
Oh, definitely.
And when you fart, it's just a mint breeze.
You're so dumb.
Every time. Oh, here's the deal. You're sitting around. You got to go on a trip. You're shopping in the Law Abiding Biker store. You've had 3 whiskeys, which we highly recommend. Takes away inhibitions, and we strongly encourage people to drink while shopping in the law-abiding biker store. But then you're like, I'm going on a trip. I need that in my life. I need that item in my life. Pull out your pockets, nothing but lint, maybe a penny, and a used condom. Sometimes that happens to Lurch. And you look at the law-abiding biker store, you're like, oh, I can get it right now because we have integrated shop pay installments right in the law-abiding biker store. That's right. You can get it because you have the option to buy products right freaking now. And you can pay in 4 equal payments, interest-free, and now you can do up to a month. There is an interest attached to that, but it's all over. Any item you purchase in the law-abiding biker store, that's right, shop pay installments. Thanks, everybody. You asked, we put it in there, and you are all using it. We appreciate it. All right, here's the deal. This is not a joke. So I'm going to say this very quickly as best I can because this is a live broadcast for our beloved mid-level and above patron members via video and live chat. You guys are getting this first because this podcast probably won't air for months. So here's the deal. We're doing a video on this and it will probably be out in the next week, but you guys are the only ones that we've told about it right now. So you members are getting a little tidbit of information that can be very helpful. All I can say, the video's coming out. There's some crackdowns, big crackdowns, and we're going to do a podcast on it too, but the video will be out this week on the YouTube channel. Basically, things are getting cracked down on. The Vance & Hines Fuel Pack 3. We're getting a bunch of them. The reason is all the large stores don't even have them anymore. They are going to be phased out. The FP3 not only allows you to tune for stage 1, for exhaust and pipes, but it also has the capability to tune for cams, which we just did, and we tuned with an FP3 on Popeye's bike. It also allows big bore kit tuning. They're phasing out to the FP4. We know for a fact, we did our research and we talked to people in the industry and directly from Vance & Hines. They're not the only company. A lot of these are going to be phased out. The FP4 is coming out. We sell that too. It will only allow you to do exhaust and pipe stage 1. It will never be updated. That's the way it is. It's a lot deeper than this, but the FP4 will only allow a stage 1 tune. So with that said, if you have a 2014 to 2020 bike, because if the 21 and newer, you have to go with the FP4, because not only did they change it, they changed the plug configuration so you can't plug in an FP3. Here's the deal. You better act quickly. If you guys want them. And if you're listening to this podcast months later, just a regular listener, we may or may not still have any. We're going to put out the video this week, and that's going to open it up. That video is going to get viewed a lot, and I know people are going to be coming to our store because you can't find them we're buying a bunch of them for you to try to keep them in stock as long as we can. If you want an FP3 for a 2014 to 2020, they're at the regular price right now. We're not even increasing the price on them. We're selling them for MAP pricing. You better get over to the Law Abiding Biker store and get hooked up with an FP3. If you've ever thought about, tuning your bike, or the nice thing is, even if you're just doing a stage 1 right now and you get an FP3, at least you future-proof so that you can do a cam upgrade or you can do a big bore kit and you can still retune your bike. So there's a lot of reasons. Even if you're thinking about buying a used bike in the future, at any rate, you could sell it on eBay anyways, far into the future, even if you got it and it never panned out. But once they go on eBay, when people buy them, they're gonna jack the prices if you try to get one. So when they're gone, they're gone. Law Abiding Biker store is where we have them. Do you have a link to those that you can throw in the chat for them? Yeah, I will. A direct link. So we're not kidding. That's all I'm going to say. Wait for the video to come out, and then we're going to do a very detailed podcast, which we're going to bump ahead of all the ones we have in the bucket, and we're going to put that out because it's a very important information. EPA, CARB compliance. We got lawsuits, Harley lawsuits. We got FTC cracking down on everybody. The EPA's involved. We got federal courts involved. It's going to be a very great video. It's going to get highly viewed. And of course, we'll get deeper into it on the podcast. So there you go. You guys are first to know. You might share it around with your friends, your biker friends and stuff, and let them know people that you care about that may want one of those FP3s, because times are changing, guys. Times are changing, whether you like it or not.
We're going to be riding electric bikes soon.
Mm-hmm. All right. You want to handle the email?
No, because I'm doing the last thing you asked me to do.
HD, you just can't go back to that, right? You can't multitask, dude. I'm over here pushing buttons, switching cams, running. All right.
I can do it now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. You completed all your tasks and you're up to date as of right now?
No, okay. I will never be up to date because you're always assigning tasks to me, but I did the one you just asked me to do.
I've been picking on Lurch a lot. We have a lot of fun. I'm sure at some point he's just like, would you shut up?
One of these days I might just, rise up and have a revolt. And
turn the table over, the microphones, smash the monitors and stuff.
So this is an email. It's about HD software update page location change. This is from Mike Lavassier. He says, I saw your video on the WIM software update. I used the link you gave for WIM software, but it did not bring me to the Harley Boombox Software Update Center. Not sure why. I'm going back to the dealer this week to see if they can get the WIM to work. Any help I would truly appreciate. I'll buy anything that will help them get it to work. Thanks for the service, Ryan. Be safe and have a good day. So here's our response. And it's a long URL to give you, but if you just do / is it Harley Software? Is that the link?
Sorry, what?
Our link. Is it / Harley Software?
To get you to the page?
Yeah, so go to that. We're always updating it. But here's our response. Harley is always changing up their website and moving things around. It's hard to keep up sometimes. And then I gave them actually the Harley direct link. But if you go to Harley Software or lawabidingbiker.com / Harley Software, it'll take you to the right page. It's like anything, in tech, they're always changing websites and moving it around. So,
yep. And it's fugly right now.
Yes. They went away from a very nice looking site back to something that looks more like their instruction sheet with links that you click on. It's really kind of quite ugly. I'm not sure why they did that.
Somehow our camera got completely moved over there on the wall. Somebody bumped that.
No.
Because it's not very on.
Which way is it?
It'll work for now. It'll get us by today, but it's supposed to be. It's hardly getting me, but
I will take care of that.
Yeah, are you sure? Just barely move it this way towards. Gently. Don't get the pan tilt or the tilt off. A little more. Keep going. A little more. Keep going. Yeah, somebody bumped the sheet out of that thing. That's good, right there. Perfect. Thank you, sir. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I bet it was Lurch, and he didn't want to admit it or tell me. That was probably one of our guests that we have in here and decided they weren't going to tell us that they bumped it.
If you'd walked by and brushed it with your leg, you wouldn't even notice, I'm sure.
I think you would. It was a little more difficult than that for you to move, wasn't it?
I don't know.
You did a good job, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Right. Make sure you put that in my evaluation, would you?
I will, along with taking money out of your paycheck for plugging the toilet. Want to ride longer? Tired of a sore and achy ass? Then fix it with a high-quality butt buffer seat cushion. That's right. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com / store and check out our lineup of butt buffer seat cushions. Oh, yeah, once you've used Rick Rack, you'll never go back. The ultimate motorcycle luggage rack solution. Forget those messy strap and bungee cords. Go strapless with the Rick Rack quick attach luggage system and quality bag. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com / store. Get hooked up now. Hey, Bikeaholics, 03D has a wide variety of innovative products for your Harley-Davidson and a brand new line for the all-new Honda Goldwing named Gold Strike. I like gold. Top quality, affordable chrome lighting and comfort products. Zero Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN, bus, plug-and-play system compatibility. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com / store. Check out our full line of 03D products. We appreciate Rick Rack, 03D, Butt Buffer, all those folks continuing to sponsor this podcast to help us continue to help as many bikers as we can worldwide. And also, guys, speaking of the FP3, we're talking about it in the chat. Literally right before this podcast, we researched all day, Matt researched, and then we researched more, like for hours and hours. We made notes, copious notes, and then we actually recorded the actual talking head portion right here in the studio right before the podcast. We got it all done, and I'll be putting that into edit very, very soon. I see Lurch has shit all screwed up here. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
I don't know how I can screw it up when I copy it out of the other.
You didn't. Because you dragged up patrons and you put them above the music opener, dude. That's you dragging those up and putting them in the wrong spot. You didn't copy those. Don't be giving me that crap. But I still love you.
I don't drag them. I copy and paste them.
Okay. Either way, you pasted them in the wrong place.
Oh, maybe.
Because I just you did.
I think you're the one that put this one together. No,
I definitely didn't. All right, welcome back, you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the big MMO, so known as the
99%.
Large and in charge of the motorcycle scene more than any time in history. By being here, by listening, you're part of what we call the hashtag
Biker Revolution.
That's right. We do have just one question before we get started. What are you waiting for, bikeaholics?
Mount up and let us take you on another wild-ass ride.
There you go. Ryan Erlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker podcast and your
high-tech redneck.
There you go. He's in the house. I like the last one you did. It was just very sporadic.
You rang?
It was nice. Nice change up, bro. Nice change up. It was even shorter on the last episode.
Yeah, I gave you a quick one.
We did a podcast on the Pacific Northwest meet up and ride, which will be coming out. And he did a even shorter one on that. So that's coming out. If you want to know about the bathroom plugging and a whole bunch more, you'll definitely
innocent. Bob Dawson also said I was innocent. So there you
go. Bob, I don't think so. I don't think he was innocent.
I was just an unfortunate victim of circumstance.
Well, when that episode comes out, you guys can vote because I put it up to a vote based on the evidence. We did a whole court hearing on the podcast of whether Lurch was responsible for it. There's a damning circumstantial evidence to suggest, to indicate. Yeah, but a lot of people are in prison because of circumstantial evidence. In fact, a lot of people
It's unfortunate.
Well, it's not. When you plug a toilet, you need to have a trial. And we had a trial, and you guys get to be the jury. So when that episode comes out to you guys, it's actually in the back of your patron accounts.
It is.
Already. That's obviously, we're doing that. This is a live video broadcast and chat. But when we don't do them live, we're putting them in your patron accounts like right away, within days. When Lurch remembers.
When I remember to do it.
And just, yeah.
We're so damn busy sometimes, you know. Right. You'll either upload them that night or maybe the next day to the Dropbox, and I got to pull them down, do a quick little snippet on the front and the back, just clean it up a little bit and put it in the patron account. And sometimes we've moved on to other tasks, and I forget.
They're still in our planner for you.
Yep.
So we can always find them. But you should have got like 3 recently, right?
Yeah, they're all in there. Yeah.
As of today, yeah.
I put
so you guys
3. I put one day and then 2 the next day, I think. So there's 3. Early access podcasts in there.
So maybe Bob listened to that. Maybe that's Bob's official vote. But put it over there in Patreon, comment on that episode and let us know. And then when this comes out in podcast format months later to the regular listeners, you guys can leave it to I tell you how in that episode how to.
Here's some additional evidence. I think I'm going to need to.
You can't. It's already the jury's already out.
We definitely have to make an appeal. I'm filing an appeal. I've got a new witness. Bob says someone came out of the bathroom prior to Matt going in. He warned us not to go in there. Well,
the witness, Bob Dawson, did not identify himself as a valid witness prior to the trial. Therefore, I rule, and I'm sorry, Bob. We can't even take that.
I will be appealing to a higher court because your decision is not appropriate.
Here's the problem.
It's against judicial rulings.
Here's the problem. It's hearsay because it's from a third party. We don't even know.
I'll allow it.
No, it's hearsay. It's not allowed in a court of law. The reason is whoever came out of the bathroom would have to identify themselves and admit to that and sign a sworn statement for the court record to be entered into the record, the court of record. So if the individual who came out of the bathroom and said that they're
a confidential informant.
No, we don't have any of those.
Oh yeah.
No. They'd have to sign a confidential informant agreement, and I don't have any of those in front of me on the desk.
Well, so out of respect for that individual,
Bob says I'm an expert witness. Well, I appreciate it. I don't know if you're an expert witness. He may be. Maybe he's talked to a lot of people that come out of bathrooms and say, don't go in there. That would clearly make you an expert. That would qualify you. So I'm sorry, Bob, you missed the trial, but I will take it into judicial review.
I guess that's all I can ask for.
If I may make a decision to go ahead and admit that to the jury who's in deliberation. Here it's on the podcast. So actually, if people hear this before the other podcast, you go ahead and I'm not going to strike it from the record. I'm going to leave it in the record. So if you want to take that as additional information, we kind of said that though in the trial. We said that multiple people came out of the bathroom before you. So I don't know that it's really damning like groundbreaking new evidence. But anyways, Bob, we appreciate it. We did a whole trial on this, so we got to move on.
Yes,
we're getting off on tangents. This is ridiculous. Now, we love our sponsors up front. We want to thank the following patron members who are direct reason you're getting this podcast strong, and we're still going strong after 9.5 years.
I'd like to thank Lou Delente of Havertown, Pennsylvania, Paul Jenkins of Comics, I think it's Comics, correct me if I'm wrong there, Mark Arnold, Comics, British Columbia, Canada, Steve Roth of Mesa, Arizona, he is top tier.
Brian Stock of Santa Clara, Utah, top tier. Mark Gravitt of Colleyville, Texas, top tier. Jose Vasquez of Yakima, Washington, right here in our town, top tier.
Open that up for me. There you go. Douglas.
You know I was going to do it.
Vernal, Utah. William Johnson of Kingwood, Texas, top tier. And Jeff Cohen of Parrish, Alabama, top tier.
There you go. lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. That's right. Pledge a certain amount per piece of content, no risk to you because you could put a monthly cap. There are benefits, many of them, for signing up. T-shirts and stickers. You get access to the private Facebook group, which is a troll-free zone, nothing but bikers helping bikers in there. Absolutely the best motorcycle forum, if you want to call it that, on the interwebs. Access to live video broadcasts and chat like this, podcasts early, store discount codes, premium videos up on request, and of course, access to those ride, meetup, and events. We appreciate you considering becoming a patron member as we continue that right here in 2022. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know it's difficult economic times with massive inflation and the price of things. I get it. It's hurting us as a company, even as a family and budget and things like that. We are feeling it just like you guys are. And for you to not only sign up during these tough times, but continue to monetize us and what we do and believe in what we do during these difficult times, like I say, in the economy and gas and meat prices, it's just insanity. Thank you more than ever for staying with us, because I know that, you know, during these times, a lot of services get cut by, you know, budget. So the fact that you guys still remain and continue to support us and continue to sign up, thank you so much. From really, I can't say it enough. Brings chills to me. I love our patron members, and we're trying to add even more benefits. We're getting the podcast to you guys early. We're trying to do more live video broadcasts and chat and all that kind of stuff. So thank you very much. You want to announce a new free video?
I sure will. Our newest free video is the Ciro Dryforce waterproof cooler and travel bags for motorcycles. You can find that at lawabidingbiker.com/Ciro-Dryforce-cooler-and-bags. And is that the one where we...
Or they can just go to the show notes, lawabidingbiker.com/whatever episode number this is, and you can get all the show notes and any links we talk about.
Is that the one where we put the bag on my KLR?
Yes.
Yeah, we took it. We put some beverages in that thing and took it on a a little over 100 miles, maybe 150 mile round trip up in the hills, and man, that thing held up good.
Yeah.
Kept our waters cold.
Bob Dawson just used it on our Pacific Northwest, and I actually did a couple shorts on that. I did a YouTube short. There's an Instagram reel. If you guys over on Instagram, you are following us over there at Law Abiding Biker, you're missing out. We are blowing it up over on Instagram. A lot of behind the scenes stuff, a lot of fun stuff. Instagram's a great way. It's a lot cleaner than a lot of the other platforms. So get over on Law Abiding Biker. Follow us over there. Instagram at Law Abiding Biker. Twitter at Law Abiding Biker if you're there. Of course, Ryan Erlacher, YouTube, and what else have I forgotten? And Facebook, Law Abiding Biker. Yep. We're Law Abiding Biker everywhere except on YouTube is Ryan Erlacher. But if you search for Law Abiding Biker, you'll get me anyway. So either way, we've been around long enough. We got the Google results on that. So
you made Bob famous, internet famous.
Yeah. And we saw we were eating lunch and we were reading some comments from Bob's family, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who
daughter, wife.
Yeah. Daughter, wife. Yeah. Saying, hey, that's my dad. That's my dad.
And then Chris said, Bob is a heartthrob.
Bob is a heartthrob. Yeah. So, definitely get over to Instagram, guys, and check it out there. I'll tell you too, we are testing. We've been on there, TikTok. We're just testing the waters over there because our demographic sometimes is changing. And if you're not there, it's fine. Definitely Instagram. We ain't going anywhere there. We've been really building that up, but we are testing. So if you are on the TikTok, we are posting some stuff over there, just testing the waters. And we've been up there like 9 days and we already have like 600 followers. So it's proving to be a little bit more than I expected. I didn't expect it to take off. So who knows? We may or may not be there, but Instagram's solid, guys. Get over there. get an Instagram account, follow us over there. We're doing a lot of fun stuff. We did a chicken wrestling video recently, so check out our chicken wrestling video over on Instagram, or of course, all our shorts also go out on YouTube. We're doing the YouTube shorts in between all the other content. Main topic today, main topic, progressive monotube front suspension and rear suspension for Harley touring. Recently, on my 2014 Street Glide Special, we did Öhlins front and rear suspension. We did an install video on that. The front's already out. In fact, I just got the rear edited today, right before the podcast, in between filming the talking head for the EPA crap, but also for in between that and then in between the podcast here. So that video will be coming out too. And we also did a podcast with my full review because we rode it about 4,000 miles, my Öhlins. And a podcast will be coming out and I give my full review and endorsement of it. It's in the Law Abiding Biker store. Also, Progressive suspension is in the Law Abiding Biker store. We got it for you guys, and as we can get it, because you know the supply chain, but as we can get it, we are getting it for you. But we put Progressive on Lurch's bike and filmed it all. Those videos are, as of yet, not in edit, but they are filmed, and they will go into edit at some point and come out on the YouTube channel. This is the podcast for Lurch, for us to talk about it, number one, talk about some of the differences between it and Öhlins, because Öhlins tends to be a bit more expensive. So I can give you my opinion about Öhlins. Lurch can give you it about Progressive. The prices are different. The performance is a little different. And then you can decide what's best for you. We're also going to talk about the installation process and how those differ a little bit. So why don't you take it from there and start this conversation of how you ended up with Progressive and what you had before and that kind of stuff and what we're doing here.
Well, first thing I'll say is any aftermarket suspension is going to be much better than the stock. I've done quite a bit of upgrades to my bike, and I don't know why it took me so long to do suspension. And you said that
same here
before. It's like, why didn't I do that right away? I think moving forward, it's going to be one of the first things I do on a bike. But I finally got around to it. And perhaps it was because now that I'm retired from law enforcement, working for you full time, I've got more time to do that kind of stuff. I'm riding my bike much more. So that shitty stock suspension really was glaring, you know. You wanted to go with the Öhlins, and the other one we can get is Progressive. So I decided to do Progressive on my bike so that we could do videos for our audience on both Öhlins and Progressive. Not only do the installs, but also give us our honest opinion about it. You mentioned earlier with the supply chain issues, it's hard. I mean, when I ordered my Progressives, it took a couple of months for them to come in. Now they're pretty good stock. At that time, Öhlins stock was pretty good. Now it's not, so it's kind of up and down. You'd be happy with either one, I think, and when we give our final opinions about them, we can get a little more in depth. But Progressive, big name brand in suspension, and I decided to go with that one. So on the front of my bike, we put on the Monotube kit, and it's just one tube. In fact, when it showed up in the mail, I thought maybe I screwed up.
Yeah, that's right.
Because the company that we order from, their website is not the easiest to use. And so I thought maybe, and Rick does our ordering. Occasionally I'll go in and order stuff for you or I and have it shipped up here. But so we got the box in, and it was one cartridge. Now we had just done your Öhlins, which had not necessarily a cartridge, but it had dampening rods on both sides, one for compression, one for rebound. On this one, it's just one. It does both. It does compression and rebound. So to explain it, it is a monotube. So, and that's what Rick, he's like, dude, it's a monotube. Duh. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah,
I thought so too. I was like, oh, that's weird.
I'm like, fair enough.
Yeah.
So on
that's mono. Yeah, I didn't even think about it either. He's
like, you dumbass. It says monotube on it. So the Öhlins has a cartridge, if you will, on both sides, but it has a cartridge on one side for compression and one side for rebound, and it actually uses the fork oil in that dampening rod to slow down the compression and the rebound. The Progressives is a sealed cartridge, so it does the compression and then both the rebound, and that you put it in the right fork. As you're riding the bike, the right fork. And on the left side, then you put a spring in. So one of the downsides potentially of a monotube like that is it could rupture, could go defective, and then you're kind of screwed.
And to piggyback off that real quick, to me, Oscar brings this up, and to me, street, you usually have a tow truck things. Where that comes more, where people worry about it more, is like on adventure bikes. Like they make Progressive a monotube for the KLR 650, which we're going to put on Lurch's bike and film it too. Out in the wilderness, far away, guys worry that, especially KLR farklers, they think that no matter what happens in the wild, they'll have enough shit to get the KLR out of there. And like Lurch says, with the monotube, you're just effed. There's nothing you can do.
So there is that potential. It's very rare. But here's one of the upsides of this sealed cartridge.
I agree. It's rare. It's nothing to worry about.
You never have to change your fork oil again because it's not using that fork oil for anything other than lubrication now.
Right.
So that's one of the selling points. Yeah.
Just to keep things lubed,
keep everything lubed,
not rusted.
Yeah. So it was a really easy installation too. It dropped in. Didn't need any specialty tools. With the Oleans, you need a pickup tool and then a stopper plate to be able to install it. So I would say it's a little bit easier install than the Oleans.
Go back on that point and talk about the Oleans. So Progressive is a monotube. It's a sealed unit. It's easier to install. But talk about the difference between Oleans, because it's actually using the oil for, right?
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Did you? Okay, maybe I
didn't really go into depth
go just a little bit, the differences there.
Yeah, the Oleans has holes in the dampener rods, the cartridges, if you will, that suck the oil in and push it out, and uses that oil to slow down your compression and your rebound. Whereas the Progressive is a sealed unit; it doesn't use the oil. Fork oil. It's nitrogen charged. It's got the fluid and everything in the cartridge itself. So it's actually not using the fork oil for anything other than lubrication. So it's very easy install. On the right side, you drop the cartridge in. On the left side, you put a new spring in. It was easy.
Yeah. Just looking at some of the chat. I do want to say, Mark Arnold brings up here a couple guys. I put Legends in the back and waited because it's damn expensive. No regrets though, but I think any of them are better than stock. I agree. I was blown away by that. I was like, why didn't I do suspension before? I'm just going to say this. We have installed Legends here before. Legends is a great suspension. I don't have any issues with it as far as a product. In fact, I would gladly sell it in the law-abiding biker store at some point. I will tell you the reason we probably aren't doing anytime soon. A Legends video. I don't know what's going on over there. Maybe they're suffering a little bit. They're a company with employees or whatnot. But Lurch and I were going to get some and do another video on Legends. And I was basically begging him to buy suspension, and I was asking him what I should get, and it was unfortunate. And we got the runaround, and it was real poor customer service right now.
Yeah, I got the feeling they thought we wanted some stuff for free.
I'm like, I don't want anything. I just want you to tell me what suspension is best, and I'm going to buy it. I'm not at. Yeah. So I don't know if it was a miscommunication, but we finally gave up because they didn't respond anymore.
They weren't very responsive.
I was like, can you just tell me what suspension I need? Yeah.
Well, was your email system down? Because we emailed.
Right. Yeah. They said our phone system's down, and I'm like, well, I emailed too. And anyways, we've installed Legends here. I've ridden bikes with Legends there. So please, I'm not talking bad about Legends. Like I say, in the future, we wouldn't even mind selling it. But we ran into that. So we'll give that a try again in the future. But again, we have done install videos, and we have ridden guys here, and I've ridden bikes with Legends. Again, depending on which model I get it, but I will tell you by far Oleans is as good, if not better, than Legends. But you wouldn't be wrong with Legends. Again, some of that's going to be personal preference. I definitely spent more time on my bike Oleans than some of the other bikes I rode that put Legends like on the rear and stuff. Great suspension though. Again, please, I know that they've been around a long time. Hopefully next time we try, they can bump up the customer service there a little bit. And I was like begging them to spend money front and rear. But anyways, nothing wrong with the Legends there. So I just wanted to mention that.
Okay. And a lot of people will switch out their rear shocks. I think one, because it's a little more affordable and it's easy. It is a little bit more involved to do your front, but I'm telling you, it's not that hard, especially with our videos. But it's for me anyways, I had put my rear shocks on and was waiting for the fronts to show up, and it almost exaggerated how poor the front were. especially in the Road Glide, my 15 Road Glide, pushing through corners, it just felt soft. Like it just kind of would bounce up and down and almost feel like it'd go back and forth. It wasn't really confidence inspiring. So let me just read a little bit about the Monotube kit here. It says Progressive Suspension has combined its road smoothing frequency sensing technology dampener with a progressive rate spring to create a state-of-the-art fork cartridge for their late model baggers. You can get it in a stock height or you can get it an inch lower. I went with the stock height. It also has a frequency sensing technology dampener, meaning, if you hit something hard, it's ready to react to that. But if it's a small bounce, it doesn't jar you. It's weird. You said it on the Oleans podcast about the Oleans as well, is it feels stiffer and softer at the same time. It's really strange. But it definitely improves resistance to front brake dive. In fact, I feel like my brakes even work better now because it's not diving the front end. It's not diving on me so
definitely
much.
With the Oleans too.
Yeah.
First thing, you go out and you get going a little bit and you cram the front to bring and you just at a stop sign, you let go of the clutch a little bit, grab the front and make it dip. It's stiffer. It feels stiffer, but that's good. Obviously that's what you want. But yet when you hit bumps, it's softer suspension. So it's the technology is really amazing. It's crazy. In these shocks nowadays.
They also say it improves front end stability, which I agree. Mine doesn't have that floaty, soft, spongy feeling anymore, pushing through those long, wide sweepers. Improved cornering, absolutely, and improved bottoming control. Man, what a huge difference on that bike so far on the front.
Yeah, good.
Moving to the rear.
Did you talk about the one fork being longer than the other?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, so talk about some stuff, more about the install.
I think there's more of that down below, actually.
Maybe there is.
There is.
Okay.
So so one of the things they say on the spring side, which is the left side, is in the instructions, it says spring side may appear longer than the cartridge side.
Because we got to this part in the project, right?
Yeah.
We're both like...
So in full disclosure, when we did your Oleans, we had a screw that had been over tightened and put a dent in your fork tube.
Oh yeah.
And so when we dumped everything out, the bottom out spring, top out spring, hung up in there. So when I put the new ones together, I didn't have it, and one was long on your Oleans. One was longer than the other, and we're looking at that thing, going, "What in the hell?" And then it just suddenly came to me.
Lurch was stressing out. Yeah, which I get it.
I'm like, this isn't right.
I'm like, I'll ride it like that. I don't care.
You're like, just adjust that. I don't care. It'll be fine. Who needs that bottom?
Lurch is very detailed, more than me when it comes to mechanics. I'm like, fuck it, just tighten it down. I'll ride it. Give it a shot.
And I don't know what it would have rode like. It most likely would have been okay, but
maybe
I don't know. Maybe not. It would have been fine till you tried to.
It would have been fine till it wasn't.
Yeah. So now we're doing my shocks with Progressive, and one's just a little bit longer than the other. So we set them in the clamps like they should be at the top, equal. But then when we go down to slide the axle in, it wasn't going in because one leg was just a little longer than the other. And I thought, my instant thought was, oh shit, we screwed it up again. Mm-hmm. So I'm going through my head, looking at the instructions. I'm like, no, we put it together fine. And I just thought it was funny that the instructions said the left side may appear. It didn't appear longer. It was longer.
Yeah.
And it was just about maybe a quarter inch.
That's what she said.
So what you have to do is you have to align the fork so that the axle is lined up and goes straight through. And so if you look at the top of my forks, it doesn't look like it is. The left side's sitting up out of the clamp, just
out of the top clamp, just a hair more. We show you all that in the video, show you how to get it lined up and what to do in detail, of course, very, very detailed. That'll be coming out free on the YouTube channel. So yeah, any other complications with that project?
Not necessarily, no.
We ran into one on your Kaler, but that's for another episode.
That's for another day.
Because it's still on the lift without a front end right now.
Yeah.
Was not our fault. We didn't do anything wrong.
You just need a specialty tool.
We just didn't have a specialty tool that we needed. And we tried to make one.
We tried.
But we will talk about that more on that particular episode.
With the
let's do this real quick.
Okay.
Hey, Bikeaholics, searching for new and exciting motorcycle products? Zero3D has the products you dream about for your bike. That's right. Check out their wide variety of innovative products for Harley-Davidson and Honda Goldwing motorcycles. Zero 3D's got your back with chrome and black parts lighting and other comfort products. No modifying, cutting, grinding, or welding for an easy installation that equals less time installing and more time riding. We like that. Zero 3D has a design team of riders with over 40 years experience with a passion for design and innovation. Zero Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. They pride themselves on great customer service. Got a question? Get in touch with them. That's right. Email sales@zero3d.com. Give them a call, 715-808-0027. Check out your local Harley or Honda dealership and ask for Zero or Gold Strike parts. A new leader has emerged. That's right. So check out Zero 3D's custom line of Gold Strike products for the all-new Honda Gold Wings. Better yet, help support us. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of Zero 3D products. There you go.
Before we get back into it, Mark asked how to pronounce Öhlins.
Öhlins. Yeah, we had to figure that out before we did the video and stuff.
Because I always said Öhlins.
Yeah, so did I before you educated me.
And then I started paying attention to their actual
language,
social media and videos that Öhlins is putting out, and they pronounce it Öhlins.
Yep,
but it looks like Öhlins to us.
Yep, I still get lazy on it sometimes, but it's Öhlins.
Yeah.
Yep, good question. And speaking of Zero 3D stuff, we just put yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? TAC 10s on, we don't even know. We're so busy here, guys. It's insanity right now. Anyways, this week we put TAC 10 lights, maybe it was Monday, on Big Daddy's bike. And check out
Monday.
Okay, check out the TAC 10s, guys. I have them on my bike, TAC 10s from Zero 3D. And we're going to be putting out a short video on that on Instagram and YouTube short. It's a very, very short video because we've already done a full tutorial video on the TAC 10s install on a street glide, but there's another mounting option, which is a lot easier, especially if you have a Road Glide. If you do have a Road Glide, you need this version. And if you have an Ultra, it's basically a 1/4 inch bar mount. And so we'll be following up on that. We've got both versions in the store, but Rick wrote it and was like, holy shit. He wrote it at night and he was like, wow, they're not the cheapest. I get it. But I run them all day. The more light up front, the better. Don't get hit by those motorists. And at night, man, it lights up the road. All right.
Going back to the fork oil, the cool thing about the cartridge side is you don't have to worry about setting the air gap, meaning the amount of air above the fluid level. With the cartridge side, I can't remember what it was, something like a 300 milliliters or something, whatever it was, you just pour that measured amount in. So that makes that side really easy. You do have to set the air gap on the cartridge side. And I think it was something like 140 or something like that.
Yeah, seems right. Yeah,
somewhere in there. So, I mean, watch the video. Don't take me at my word. But you do have to set it on that side. And there's a couple ways you can do it. When we did your Öhlins video, we didn't have an air gap tool. So we just went old school. And
the air gap space, real quick, is basically the air space between the top of your fluid and the bottom of the fork cap bolt. That's an air gap space.
Yeah, you measure it in the down position when you're doing it. You don't have it up. So,
but it's the distance. Yeah, right.
Yes,
right.
And yes and no. It's basically
when your fork tube's down.
When your fork tube's compressed, it's the space between the top of the fluid and the top of that upper fork tube.
Yep, which is the bottom of the fork cap bolt. Yeah.
Sure.
Because it threads in. Yeah.
I just want to make it clear that it was compressed, not open.
Yes, definitely.
Because when we did your Öhlins, this is our first time doing the forks, and we get in a hurry. My first time, I got in a hurry, and I actually had it in the up position. Then that's way too much fluid. So
it makes sense.
It tells you in the instructions to measure it with the fork fully compressed.
Yep.
But you can get a tool that's really cool. It speeds up the process a lot. You just dump the fluid in, and even if you overflow it, that's fine because there's this tool that has basically a syringe on the back, and it's got a tube that goes down into your fork, and then you just suck the oil out, and then you suck it until you get air, and then you've set it at the right level.
I don't think it's in our tools on our Amazon store yet. We got it from Amazon, but I'll put it in there.
Yeah, it was a ProMotion.
Yeah, it's
fork tube air gap.
We got it off. I'll put it in here.
Okay.
We'll put it in for you guys in our Amazon store. But anyways, when the video comes out, the link will be there anyways. But yeah, sorry.
Makes that process so much easier.
Yeah, agree.
So I think that's really all to say about the front at this point.
Yeah, and that's I agree. There wasn't a lot to it, and the video is going to make it super easy. There's a few little nuances, but of course, our video step by step. Now, I just want to mention this. We did Öhlins on mine, of course, and Progressives front on Lurches. Several years ago, we put out a video. If you don't want to do either of those, you can also just Oscar. There's a lot of kits out there where you just change. Well, you do a fork rebuild, and we're coming out with a video on that too. We got like so many videos that they're all ready to.
We've been busy.
We've been busy. But we just did guts on his springs and stuff. And so make sure you search the website. We have a awesome search function, or the YouTube channel, just front fork rebuilds or front fork suspension, and you'll come up with that. And it's a cheaper way to go. If you just want to do, you can just change your springs out and get even better. It's not as good as Öhlins or Progressive Cartridge, but it's more of a budget friendly way to at least get some better suspension up front. Fair?
Yeah. The springs themselves, you can get a little bit stiffer spring. You can get more of a progressive spring, meaning that it'll absorb the hard impacts and the soft ones a little bit better than just your standard Harley one. But from my experience is the way to go is with some type of dampening and rebound control, whether it's two different cartridges like Öhlins or a mono cartridge like Progressive. It just makes a huge difference. So moving to the rear, in all full disclosure, I tried a different set of Progressives, and I think they're the 444s.
444s. Yeah,
444s. And
they're heavy duties.
Well, you can get them in standard duty,
right.
heavy duty,
oh, yeah, that's
super
right.
duty, and the ones I got were heavy duty because I was I'm kind of right in the middle between maxing out a standard duty and moving up to heavy duty. And one of the things about the heavy duty is even with no preload in it, and me on the bike with a trunk, I'm just barely getting to where it's supposed to be set at for sag, and which can be handy. So one of the things Rick would mention for him when he was riding solo, he just knew to back it all the way out, no preload, and it was just about right. And then when he had the wife on there, he could crank it up a little bit. So it made setting pretty easy. But even for me, the heavy duty all the way backed out, it was still a little stiff in the rear, and it didn't have the rebound dampening. And I probably would have just left those on my bike if I didn't get on yours and ride your Öhlins that were set right and had the rebound dampening on it. So after riding that, I said, nah, I'm taking those 444s off, and I'm going to go with what I decided to go with was what they call the Sport 490s. Mm-hmm. And they have adjustable preload, and they have adjustable dampening rebound control. And man, what a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had I went with the standard duty, and we really had to crank them down pretty far for me. I had the wife on the other day when we did the Pacific Northwest unsanctioned patron event, and I put a little bit more into it, and man, it rode like a dream. What I would say, and I messed around with the rebound a little bit. I added a little bit more. It has 12 full turns of rebound adjustment, and they come set at 6 out, meaning in the middle of that 12 turns. And I turned it in another turn just to give me a little bit more rebound, and I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's with me riding it's good. It's definitely a huge improvement over the stock stuff. But when I really noticed it, and Rick mentioned this about his Öhlins too, is man, when you have a rider on, it makes a huge difference. Because with the stock stuff, even adjusted properly with your preload and everything, it's not great, but you really notice it when you got a rider on the back. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've about bounced the wife off the back a couple of times with that stock suspension. With the Progressive, with her on it, man, there was only one bump, and it was huge. I think any suspension would have bucked a little bit. Mm-hmm. But, man, huge difference with her on it.
Have you tested the suspension after hours in the garage?
Not yet. That's coming, though.
Just saying, bro. See how it really reacts.
I'm really impressed with those.
Do the reverse cow. Do the reverse.
You see, I'm trying to move on.
Do the reverse cowgirl, dude. Oh, he's
really impressed.
Yeah.
So let me give you a little bit of information about the 490s. I mean,
please do.
There's the 444s, the 412s, we've got 412s. There's all kinds of
all of them in the store.
Yeah. I believe this is a newer a shock available for the touring bikes is that Sport 490. But about them. The new this says new here, so they must be fairly new. I hadn't seen them before when I was doing research. The new 490 Sports Series shocks feature a high-pressure monotube with deflective disc dampening technology, hand-threaded preload, which is nice. You can just adjust it by hand. You don't need any silly tools, and a rebound adjustment to dial in the ride. This technology, coupled with a linear rate spring, allows for consistent feel through the dampener stroke and the availability to withstand extreme temperature ranges and heavy loads. An engineered jounce bumper with a built-in metal cup also helps smooth out controlled bottoming. So it's got high pressure gas monotube, deflective disc dampening, lightweight aluminum body, adjustable rebound dampening, adjustable preload by hand, linear rate coil, and a jounce bumper with built-in cap.
Very good. And in here in a second, I want you to basically explain the monotube and how it differs kind of from other suspensions. Okay?
Wait, yeah, you talking about the front suspension?
Well,
the rear.
I'm just reading your notes.
Oh, we've already done that.
Well, look at here. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we kind of went out of order on the notes. We've already done that.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Twice, actually, kind of.
Well, then we'll tell you. Well, dude. Good God, man.
Yeah.
All right.
We've talked about all this stuff down here.
Well, let's do this real quick then.
Okay.
Why don't you do this?
Are you searching for the easiest and quickest detachable luggage system for your motorcycle? Rick Rack has just what you're looking for. Forget all those frustrating straps and bungee cords that can come loose and slap your paint. Check out one of Rick Rack's awesome quick attach strapless luggage rack systems. This father and son team designed something really special that you can't find anywhere else. Yep, these guys ride, so they truly understand the needs of bikers. The Rick Rack quick attach system is strong, durable, and secure with a lockable system. Also, check out their full line of quality touring bags to accompany your quick detach system. Once you use Rick Rack, you'll never go back. What are you waiting for, Bikeaholics? Head on over to the Law Abiding Biker store and check out our full line of Rick Rack systems and bags. lawabidingbiker.com/store.
Rick Rack. There you go.
Rick Rack.
All right. Do you want to talk anything else about the install? Yeah, we really did go out of order, but that's all right.
The rear suspension is pretty straightforward. And like I mentioned earlier, I think that's why a lot of guys do that. It's quick and easy. It's 4 bolts.
Video will be coming out on that, of course, guys.
I do want to say that
the adjustment was a little bit different. I want to talk about this what you finish and then I'll bring it up. Yeah.
So when I ordered the 444s, I ordered the 12-inch. Instead of the 13-inch. And just for those that aren't aware, the specials come with a 12-inch rear shock. That's what gives it that squatted look in the rear, kind of that low profile. The Ultras, the Electra Glides, they have the 13-inch shock. And I had ordered those 444s before I really, before we started digging into the STs and the King of the Baggers and learning why they went from the 12 to the 13. You get a little more suspension travel, you get some more ground clearance. And I'd said that, man, if I knew that, I would have ordered a 13. So when I ordered those 490s, I went to a 13-inch, and you can adjust the length of them a little bit, but even then, even if you get them quite, lined up, once you put one side on, you think you can just walk right over to the other side and bolt them on. That's not always the case. Sometimes you need to lift or lower the rear of the bike to get them in. So they can be a little bit tricky, but in the video, what we did and what we recommend is if you have somebody working the mini jack for you and one guy putting the screws in. Obviously you can do it by yourself, but it just speeds up the process. In the video, you jacked it up, and while I put the bolt in.
Yep, jacked it up.
Since I said that, I knew.
Yeah, I was like, I can't let that one go, bro.
But pretty overall easy installation on that. And then they tell you that you should set it. They tell you that the targeted ride height is 12 inches from center of the eyes of the shock. And basically there's 3 inches of travel. So what you're doing is sitting at 1/3. You want an inch of sag. A third of your suspension should be your preload. And one thing I like, theoretically, we got it set there, and it was actually a little too tight, a little stiff, so I backed it out a little bit. These are just guides, obviously. Once you get on and ride it, you're going to want to adjust them up and down. The thing I like about the Oleans is they got that rate calculator that you go in and just put your weight and everything in there, and they tell you how many millimeters you should have to set it. Whereas the Progressive just tells you, this is your targeted ride height. You got to have to figure it out. So. Still pretty, straightforward, but I do like the way that you can dial it in a little bit with the Oleans. Yeah. No, I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to talk about this. And for all you patron members, this is Louie. The new studio dog. The studio dog. He's trying to get on the mic, bro. Look at, and, he's not shy. He appears in videos every now and then. You'll see him, especially in the Instagram reels and things. It's just quick shots of him. Anyways. He hangs out there in the studio with us. He wrenches. He causes issues. We have to take his squeaky bear away because every time we go to shoot, he's biting on a squeaky bear. Yeah, he'll lay there and sleep for 2 hours. Until we go live. Yeah, as soon as we go live, he picks up that bear and is. Yep. As soon as we go hot with the cameras. But this is Louie. He's a Bichon is what kind of dog he is. There he goes. Say hi.
Just staring. He just stares at people like that. He's just staring you down, dude. No, he likes to stare at people. He peacocks people. He's looking for a fight. Anyways, I'm glad you talked about the suspension because, yeah, that is one nice thing about Öhlins. But we'll show you how to set because they have the chart. You just use a little ruler, and we show you how to do that from what point to what point, and what it says is, it's pretty right on. I kind of left it adjusted just one more millimeter than what they said is what I liked. Whether I have luggage or not, I kind of just leave it.
So you added a little bit more preload than they recommended.
Yep, I added 1 more millimeter of preload. And so, but don't worry, setting your sag. We've did a full video on that. It's been out for a long time, exactly explaining what preload is, how to set your sag. We did it on a KLR, but it doesn't matter what bike you do it on. It's all the same. You just have to figure out how much, based on your suspension. Go watch that video. Just search the website for it. But we show you in the Progressive video too how to do that. It's really easy to set.
Yeah, and both of them it's a guide. Like you say, it'll get you close, and then, you can, that's the cool thing about if you're like me or like you or probably like most people listening, you like to mess around with your bike and always play with it. So when you get shocks out, you have adjustable preload and adjustable dampening control. It's just one more thing you get to play with all the time.
Yep.
Dialed in how you like it.
You usually play with one thing, so taking your mind and your hand away from that is always a good thing. You're just staring at me, dude?
We already did that one.
Were you even listening?
Yeah, I was.
All right. Were you just staring at me?
I was just, you were opening up.
No, I didn't open that. It was already open. It was left over from the last one.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah. So why don't you tell me, well, let's do this. And then you can tell me, we'll come back and you can tell me what you think of Progressive. Okay. And we'll kind of compare it between the Öhlins, and the Progressive, and we'll talk about price and stock and what you should get and everything in between. Let's do this. I know this. Lurch, I got a question for you.
What?
Do you want to ride longer?
You know I do.
Are you tired of a sore and achy ass?
Always.
Well, then treat your ass some respect already. Get hooked up with premium butt buffer seat cushion. That's right. This company of bikers developed a super thin, hospital grade seat cushion made of solid and elastic materials. That's right. And it's unlike gel pads that will leak if punctured. Butt buffer is designed not to slide around on your seat. Fits all motorcycles, installs in seconds, easy to clean, and helps to dampen vibrations. With plenty of models to choose from, they assure you'll have a comfortable ass when riding. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of butt buffer seat cushions. That's right. We sell the bejesus out of those things. Sell the heck out of them. And for a good reason. Had my butt buffer on our little over 4,000 mile Minnesota trip earlier this year. I know Lurch is rocking his too. I won't ride long distance without that baby. All right. So tell me, you break this down kind of for the audience, for the listeners, and kind of what they're, how they're going to make their determination. If they're going to buy Öhlins, we have Öhlins and Progressive in the store right now, in Law Abiding Biker store. So if you're going to pick one of those two, let's compare them just a little bit. They're not exactly completely comparable, but they're close, right? Because they're different. One's a enclosed monotube. Yeah. They're designed to do kind of the same things, right?
They are. Yeah, they do the same thing. They rebound. They dampen the compression and the rebound in the front end.
Yep. And
you can set the preload and you can adjust the rebound in the rear. So they both do the same thing, but they go about it different ways, and in particular about in the front shocks. So they're both a huge improvement over stock. Stock is just garbage. And I don't know why I wrote on it for so long. It's just one of those things I always wanted to do, I guess, and just never got around to it. But like I said earlier, now that I have, boy, that's going to be something that's on the first part of my list when I'm upgrading a bike.
Probably before a lot of other stuff that I would have did before. Now that I've had it, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
Well, and then I just want to say this. So we had Cowboy's bike for a couple weeks because
17 Street Glide.
Yeah, 17 Street Glide with stock suspension because we put a Boss Audio rear speakers in it. That video will be coming out. Our front install video is already out, but anywho, we put the rear speakers in it to upgrade that system. Filmed it, and he had my Dyna Lowrider S. We sent him home with that. And so I just rode the crap out of his bike because I wanted to test it and I wanted to test the stereo system so I could really review it after we put the rear speakers in. And after riding Öhlins 4,000 miles and then riding my Öhlins around town, I got on his bike. I was sternly reminded of how shitty that stock suspension is. Like, how did I ride with that so long? But I mean, you
in particular,
you just deal with it. Oh yeah.
Horrible.
Put my kidneys up through my throat, when you hit some of those tracks and bumps and, oh God. Anyways. Yeah. So it reminded me, I got back on my floaty couch, my Street Glide Special with Öhlins. I was like, oh God, this is so nice.
Yeah. You'll be happy with either. They're such a huge improvement over stock. I think what it kind of comes down to mostly would probably be cost. The Progressive, looking at
cost and performance.
A little bit.
Both.
Close.
Depending on number one, how much.
Yeah. Having ridden both, I would say the biggest change biggest decision would be cost. Looking at the rear shocks, comparing what you got, you had the slim line or black line. The S36 black line twin 13-inch shocks. Those are $1,000 for your Öhlins for the rear.
Yeah, they hurt the wallet.
They do. I'm not going to lie to you. They do hurt the wallet. The Progressive, you're looking around $700 to $800, depending on who you're getting them from. About $800. So there's a couple $100 less. And then when you're looking at the front, you're gonna look around about another $1,000 again for the front. So you're about $2,000 for the Öhlins versus the Progressive mono kit for the front. Let me see, where's it at? Yeah, it's around $600 for the Monotube kit for the Progressive, so about $400. So you're talking about $600 cheaper than the Öhlins. So that's definitely, for a lot of people, that is a decision factor.
Heck yeah, especially with things right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So then now let's get into performance. I mean, so there's cost performance. I've ridden both, and they both feel so much better than stock. I would give just a little bit of a edge to the Öhlins just in how smooth they are. The Progressive is a little stiff. It feels a little stiff. When you hit bumps, it's still much better than stock. It absorbs it real well. If I had never ridden yours, I wouldn't be able to say this, but having ridden yours, the Öhlins are just a little bit smoother. Is that right? I mean, refined, smooth.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They
agree. Absorb the bumps just a little bit better.
Right.
A little bit better.
But is it $600 better? I don't know.
I don't know if
That's up to you guys.
Yeah.
I love my Öhlins. I would get them again. Price certainly goes into it. Cost, what you're looking to get out of it, just like every purchase decision you make. I'll tell you won't be disappointed with either. I'll tell you that right now. So I know Terry Donahoe was talking from Oregon, was talking at the Pacific Northwest meetup too. He was asking me all about the Öhlins, and he asked me like, how much does it improve? How much did it improve your ride on a scale of 1 to 10, from stock? And I think I told him a number, like I put it in a percentage. I'm like 50 or 60% better.
At least.
And that's probably being conservative.
It's when you go from the stock and you swap it out and you get on a ride, it is such a huge difference. It's insane.
Yep. It is.
I don't know why I put up with shit suspension for so long.
What you don't know, right? And that's one of the things. So now here's the deal. We love our patron members. We want you to become a patron. We want to get to know you better. That's right. We want you in the private Facebook group. We want to chat with you. We want to give you all these great benefits. But hey, for whatever reason, the only way you want to support us is through a flat donation. Well, we never balk at a flat donation. Douglas Emerson, thank you. Crystal Cooling and Heating, substantial donation. And Bruce Ross of Emu Heights, Australia, I might. Thank you very much. We love our Australian members, our Canadian members, our U.S. members, everybody around the world. Thank you so much. LABbodybiker.com/donate. That's right. That is how they left us a flat donation. Helps put a little fuel in the Law Abiding Biker gas tank.
Keep this thing running on down the road.
Any final thoughts, Rich? I just want to thank the patron members that are in here and chatted with us and had fun. We had a great time with you here on this Friday afternoon. We're going to keep putting out the live ones, giving you the podcast early, and we always love that interaction. So thank you for taking the time to be with us today. Lurch, any final thoughts? If you love it, lube it, or anything?
Yeah, if you love it, lube it. If you have ever thought about upgrading your suspension and you're on the edge, I'm telling you, do it. I wish I did it sooner. I can't believe I waited so long.
Amen.
It'll be one of the first things I do from now on.
I second that. Couldn't say it better myself. There you go. All right, guys. Here's the deal. Here. What shall we do here, Lurch? I'll tell you this right now. tell you this right now. Why would you want to get stranded over a simple roadside repair? There's no reason to, because we've had a lot of roadside repairs and we didn't have to call a tow truck, and we continued our trips, what take months and months to plan. Why do you want to be stranded? Get hooked up with our Cruise Tool RETH3 roll-up travel toolkit for Harley-Davidson and American-made V-twin motorcycles. That's right, this quality-made toolkit has everything you need for a roadside emergency repair. We have used it many years now and we actually used it in Minnesota. In the driveway, we did Popeye's handlebars were broke, a weld broke, and we took his whole fairing with this kit. Completely tore it down.
That a beer or two.
JB welded and put things back together. And then what did we do to the other bike there? We adjusted his handlebars.
Adjusted his handlebars, yeah. They came loose.
Was it loose or was it a light? I thought there was a light not working too or something. I don't remember. Anyways, we fixed it. And I could be completely wrong. You were drunk.
I knew that the bars were loose and had to be adjusted, but I think we might have done some light stuff. Maybe just to clean it up, I did. The monotubes aren't in the store. I'm just retarded. So yeah, they're in there at $5.74.
Okay, there you go, guys. In the Law Abiding Biker store. That's right. Tested and tried that toolkit right here by the Law Abiding Biker crew. It has our stamp of approval. Get it already. That's the Cruise Tool RTH3 kit. That's right. We brought it right to the Law Abiding Biker store for you. lawabidingbiker.com/store. Nothing but 5-star reviews. Big Daddy Kane and Goat, who run the Law Abiding Biker store down there, have them in stock, ready to ship to you right now. Here's the deal. Big Daddy's down there. He's got a beer in one hand. He's got a box. He's sitting in a chair. He's got a box on his lap. It's already filled with peanuts, half full. He's just waiting, looking at the computer, waiting for that order to come in. Bam, it comes in. Puts down his beer, throws a toolkit in there, throws peanuts over the top of it. Just like, a roper dude that gets the cattle and then they turn them on their side and he finishes it.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, tapes it up, wraps it up, throws it up, ready for FedEx, UPS to pick it up, whatever you chose.
But there's one part.
What is there? I don't know. Does he put something else in there?
He puts a free good time in every box.
There you go. You'll be sure to have peanuts all over your living room. Guaranteed.
We might be the last store on Earth that uses peanuts.
It's something we like to do as a gift to you because we think it's funny. We stuff the boxes with extra peanuts so when you open it, they fly all over your kitchen, all over your table. It's great. That's great. No, we love it. Thanks, guys, for shopping, continuing to shop during these difficult times and supporting us, like I say, as patron members. Don't forget Lab Podcast hotline phone number if you want to leave us a voicemail, 509-731-3548. Give us some feedback or ask a question. We'll play it. Or lawabidingbiker.com/contact. You can leave an email or you can leave a voice message right there from lawabidingbiker.com/contact from your built-in microphone on your phone, your computer, from anywhere in the world. It's free. And we would love to get more voice feedback from our audience. So,
and Bob just reminded us that you also get a sticker in every box.
You do.
I forgot that.
That's right. You get the new. I think isn't he putting out the new Law Abiding Biker stickers?
We're close to it.
We're close to it. If not, we redesigned a sticker. So there you go, guys. Thanks for being here. lawabidingbiker.com/fresh-butt. BUTT.
Oh boy.
That's going to need a few dude wipes. All right, guys. Thanks so much, live audience, for being here. We appreciate it so much. We're going to go ahead and end the stream. Have a great weekend. Hope you get some riding in. Be safe. Enjoy yourself. And God bless America. There you go. We're out.
And Canada.
And Australia. And everywhere else that listens to us. All right, we're out.